play fast. We know shoot threes. They did it the other night. Washington will have to guard one-on-one to avoid all those drives to the middle and the kickouts.
We are away here on Detlef Schrempf Retirement Day. He's getting his 22 put in the rafters. UW trying to celebrate with a victory in their first matchup over Wisconsin. Nick Boyd averaging 20 a game, finds Winter. Under 10 to shoot. Blackwell steps back, fires the three. And a rebound into the hands of Cortland Muldrow. Zoom Diallo. Here is Steinbach. Leaves it short. Wisconsin beat UW last year in their lone matchup. This is the first trip to Washington for the Wisconsin Badgers since 1955. Boyd looking for space. Cut off. Under 10 to shoot again. Rhodey. Too strong.
Well, they shot 45 the other night, and they're two possessions, 2 threes already. And I think the big thing Coach Gard talked to us about, right, Carlo, was he'd shoot 50 if he could. It's about how good the shot is what matters to him.
Diallo not enough on it. Boyd pushing the pace. The transfer from San Diego State All-Conference a year ago. Rhodey, kick it. How about another three? Blackwell in his own zip code, but too strong.
Well, 3 possessions, 3 threes, but that's the 3 they want right there. Rhodey did a great job getting into the paint. He set up Blackwell perfectly. Blackwell's going to hit those most of the time. Had 6 the other night.
Yeah, he's almost 38% this season. Diallo. Steinbach with a poster.
Well, one of the things you see Steinbach so good in that pick and roll, and he's got big hands right there. He palmed that one and threw it down, and that'll serve him well at the next level.
Leads all Big Ten freshmen with 12 20-point games. Meanwhile, Wisconsin has missed 3 straight threes to start the ball game. How about another one? And it rattles around and down.
I love the confidence. And again, I think the last 2 possessions, those are the type of shots they want. And, you know, we talked to Danny Sprinkle, the coach for Washington. He said the concern he has are the 4 and 5 men of Wisconsin and their ability to knock down threes. We saw it right there.
Wesley Yates off the mark, the transfer from USC. Wisconsin can add to their 1-point lead. Badgers have dropped 3 straight road games. They're trying to end that at the end of a road trip. Nick Boyd scoops in a left-handed layup.
Well, and that's the problem. You start thinking about the 3 you're trying to close out, right? And Boyd is just about as fast as anyone, has an incredible burst. He can get to the rim in a hurry.
He's got a steal. Boyd with a red carpet to the rim.
Now, those were the type of margin plays that Greg Gard said the other night they did not have, right? They were not in the margins in terms of what they normally do. Good D, getting rebounds, timely rebounds, and taking good shots. Kind of pumping himself up, really, right there. And it's going to be interesting today. Washington, 16 players on this team. They have 8 players out. It's almost unheard of. They only have 7 scholarship players available. So endurance will be a big thing. Foul trouble could be a big thing for them. This is going to be the laziest comp all year, because we have Detlef Schrempf, who's from Germany, obviously, played at UW, and then you have Steinbach, who's a German player, playing here. They are a little bit similar, pretty similar size, and can do a lot of versatile things. There's the mismatch, Boyd against Steinbach.
Rapp off the bench early, leaves it inside. Harrington leaves the layup short.
Yeah, smoke that layup after really a nice offensive play. I think Wisconsin early here, you just see the possessions have been really good, Carlo. Getting paint touches, creating mismatches, and getting good shots.
Steinbach. Yates turns the corner, floats, and misses.
Tough shot with that lefty there.
UW has started just 1 of 5. Their 1 bucket is a dunk. Boyd, pull up 3. Short. Wisconsin 1 of 5 from 3. Steinbach the post up. Kick it. Muldrew looking for Steinbach, but it's over his head. Boyd with the pedal down. Gets the rim and lays it up.
Yeah, Boyd's speed is a factor. And, you know, Lorenzo Romar was the coach here for a long time at Washington, and he used to say, easy to scout, hard to guard. And when you see Boyd on film, you know what he's going to do. You know the speed, but it's hard to guard when you see it up close.
He's got 6 of the 9 points for Wisconsin early, outscoring UW by himself. Huskies have not had a field goal in almost 3 minutes with 2 to shoot. Muldrew throws it out of bounds.
There's a lot more room to work. At this point, everybody's watching Steinbach. It's tough for him to deal in the lane.
Yes, the graduate student Kepnog is a big reason why UW is the 2nd best team in the conference at points in the paint. Carrington just fires it and makes it. Enough space for Braden Carrington.
And what did Coach Sprinkle tell us? Carrington worries me. He comes off the bench. He's a sniper. He can absolutely fill it up, and he didn't no passes on that possession.
Steinbach's response 3 off the mark, out of bounds to Wisconsin.
Yeah, this is Carrington off the bench. Look here, they're playing that zone, and yeah, you just, if you're going to lay off him, he can not only shoot it, but he can shoot it deep.
3 threes early for the Badgers. Carrington in the lane, wild layup. Diallo comes up with it, and now 5 on 4. Steinbach gets hit.
Needs to be more aggressive, and I know it's not easy when you're being double teamed a lot, and the focus on the scouting report is all you, but I almost feel like he needs Carlo what today, like 20 shots at a minimum for Washington to hang in this game and have a chance at the end.
He's got 4 of their 5 points, but just 3 shots here early. Wrap to Carrington. Winter finds Blackwell, 8 to shoot. Wisconsin's made 4 of the last 5 shots. Winter with 3 to shoot. Blackwell blocked. Steinbach the rejection. Wrap ahead of the horn. Offensive rebound, Wisconsin. Blackwell drives and throws it away.
That was great defensive energy right there from Washington.
Pearson off 2 feet, picks up 2 points.
Yeah, that to me, that's how you turn things around. You do it on defense. That was their best possession, Washington, in the entire first half so far.
Carrington double teamed. Rhodey to Blackwell. Averaging 20 his last 8 games. How about another takeaway? Yates. Denied with a foul. Now who's it up?
Well, and I think we talked about it at breakfast this morning. The sort of, they do have an amazing ceiling, this Wisconsin team. Now, that comes with a little bit of a lower floor than some teams because they've had a couple games where they just haven't looked good. Now, they look terrific early here. They've really taken this one seriously. Nice job to get it inside. And I think, Carlo, I think this Wisconsin team could be one of the most dangerous in the entire NCAA tournament this year. Why? I say that because of, number one, great guard play. It's the number one thing to me that's important in the tournament. I think the second thing, 3-point snipers. And we know they had 16 threes against Illinois. And I think the other thing they do really, really well is in the margins. They have some really interesting stats as Washington. That's a big bucket off the bench for a 5. I'll get to those stats in just a second. But that's the kind of shot right there Washington needs to get back in it.
Japina is just his 5th 3 of the season, and it makes the lead single digits for Wisconsin.
And they're going to need stuff like that. Guys that don't do things normally in terms of, like you say, the 5th 3. Now he's guarding Boyd, trying to do a good job, does a good job there.
The freshman stands tall. Here comes Steinbach, swing it. Diallo, back to the basket. Zoom muscling. Rebound, Winter.
Impressive how Zoom plays off at 2 feet, does a really good job in the mid-range. Missed that shot, but got a pretty good opportunity.
Where he likes to operate, that mid-range area. Carrington wants another deep 3. Rapp battling for the rebound and has it for Wisconsin. Steinbach with a takeaway. But it's out of bounds to the Badgers.
You know, one thing that's interesting, Carlo, is it's a big crowd today. It's a fantastic crowd. You've got Detlef in the building, the Rain Man, Peyton, you got all these guys. My guy Eldridge Rickaziner's here. It's a really cool day, and the fans showed up. And I feel like this team feels this Washington Husky team. They're playing with a lot of good energy.
Already with 4 takeaways in this one for UW.
Their problem has just been getting shots, good looks. Wisconsin, not only on offense, done a great job on D, but there it is. That's the ability of the 4-5 man for Wisconsin that makes it so tough to guard this team.
Nolan Winner at 7 feet tall buries a 3. Diallo. Yates coming off a career high 6 assists in their win over Rutgers.
Blackwell does a great job. That's off of him, I think, or someone on Wisconsin. But you see Blackwell's ability to get up. Here's that 3 right there. They're worried about Boyd, and all of a sudden your 5-man leaks out to the side and shoots 32% on the year. But I think that's deceiving because he gets open looks. He can be a lot better than that.
Wisconsin gets him up more than any other team in the Big Ten. Almost 32 attempts a night. Coming off a school record 45 in their last game. Yates in and out. Winter the rebound.
They make a little more than 11 a game, and Coach Sprinkle thought we have to hold them to under 11 if we have a chance to win this one.
UW can take their, or Wisconsin can take their biggest lead with a bucket. Boyd already with 8 points.
And you see how easy they get that mismatch. So they have a mismatch outside with Boyd and then inside with their big. Boyd does a great job using screens to create a mismatch.
Rapp misses off to the left. Somerville drowning in red.
Jeez.
Can't get out of the straitjacket. Boyd zigging and zagging. Oh! And a foul. And it's
It looked like first that he got grabbed.
It sets up Washington with a chance on offense, and Diallo with a kiss off the window.
I was talking about playing off of 2 feet. That was a gorgeous off his right foot, the left-hand finish. That was impressive.
It ends in 2-minute scoring drought for Washington. Rhodey, pull up. No. And the Huskies a chance ball game.
I mean, I would almost treat him like a pro game. You don't see it in college as much where they just go to a guy, clear the side, or go screen and roll just exclusively, but almost treat this, like I said, like a pro game, and you're just going to him every time. You do worry about him wearing down not only this game, but what he's had to carry the whole season.
Under 5 to shoot for Rhodey. Swing it up top. Winter off the mark.
I like Rhodey. Rhodey does some really nice things. A glue guy for this Wisconsin team. Nice pass. They didn't convert, but
Somerville battling. And the ball ends in the lap of Rapp. 3.5-minute scoring drought for Wisconsin. Rhodey looks to end it. And airballs. For Greg Gard. And an 8-point lead for the Badgers. They can make it double digits, led by as many as 13, but they have not scored in 4 minutes. Carrington with 2 big threes off the bench. How about another? Wow. Braden Carrington only takes tough shots and makes tough shots.
He's locked in. He just goes off that. One thing to go under the screen if he comes in off the bench, hasn't even taken one, but he's made 2.
Yeah.
So he's feeling it. You got to really understand that in the time of the game.
He hit 7 in a game earlier this season against Minnesota. He can get hot. Peterson, the lone upperclassman, available today for Washington. It's out of bounds to the Huskies. Washington just 4 of 16 from the field to begin the ball game. Peterson trying to create. 5 to shoot. Steinbach. Somerville. Gophers out.
Yeah, that was such a perfect play, and you saw the passing of Steinbach on display. In and out. It's kind of been, just feels like that's what's happened this whole season for Washington.
Winter floats and finishes. Wisconsin matches their largest lead up 13.
Well, just such a gorgeous roll and catch by Winter.
Yates off front rim. And Wisconsin now a chance for their biggest lead.
And Washington's got to be careful. Those quick shots are going to be tough. If they don't convert, they could be in trouble, because then it's Wisconsin on the other end.
Nope. Steinbach leaves his feet, and it's that right ankle that Winter immediately grabs. He stays out there. Winter in year 3 of Wisconsin. One of 2 starters in their 3rd year with the program. Blackwell, the other one at the top. He gets fouled. Greg Bard kind of talked to us about how those 2 guys, Blackwell and Winter, do so much for them to keep the culture alive. Because they're in year 3 of the program, they can translate that to the rest of the group. Yeah,
no question. Again, this has been a program, Wisconsin, built on cultures. I mentioned Bo Ryan, Greg Gard, his longtime assistant, now the coach. I was amazed how many years he's now coached at Wisconsin as Boyd gets a good look. And, you know, if you think about it, it's the old corporate saying that culture eats strategy for breakfast. And that's been the Wisconsin way of life for a long time up there.
Culture, I love that. Winter on the slip. Denied up top. Japina the block. Washington running. Yates pops a 3. Crazy front rim. Boyd. 1 on 2. Another denial. Japina the roof.
Yeah, he's done a nice job, hasn't he, off the bench. And there's that block down there. Look at the block, and it's hard enough to block one, and then you catch it. And then he goes up. Nice job, 2 hands, verticality, no foul. Almost got the possession back as well.
This Washington team's been so injured this year. Japina joined them in the middle of the season because they needed depth. And he came from Serbia. First time to the States in December, and played for this team later that month.
Wow, look at him burst, get downhill, get leverage on the defender, and then it's over.
Nick Boyd in double figures with 10. He leads everybody in this one.
Well, the other thing, he's a lefty. I mean, just guarding lefties, we always say it all the time. It's just awkward. They do things that are a little bit different, feels different. It gives them advantage.
Diallo kicks to Peterson, 10 to shoot. Steinbach with 6 points already. Peterson for 3. Washington 1 of 8 from distance. A collision on the rebound. Steinbach, pump fake and finish.
Well, they need some hustle plays like that. And again, try to use this crowd. It's a big crowd here at Alaska Airlines Arena. Although I know it is Heck Edmondson Pavilion. That's been around a long time. That's how I remember it.
Carrington misses from 3. Here comes Washington, just ended a 7-0 run. Can they jumpstart one of their own?
Nice pass.
Yates buries a 3. 10-point game.
Well, Steinbach got the hockey assist there. He got it to Diallo so quickly it caught the defense really out of balance right there. Then Diallo, a good swing pass, good offense.
Just the second 3 for Washington. Blackwell. Boyd his backcourt mate.
They'll get up on Carrington.
7 to shoot. Boyd, double team. 3 to shoot. Boyd twisted in. Wow.
Boyd loves to go to the other side of the rim. That's his shot when he gets down in the lane. And what an incredible circus shot that was.
12 points for him. Diallo muscles in a right-handed layup.
Well, it's going to take, I mentioned Steinbach, but it's going to take Diallo, it's going to take Yates, it's going to take all of them. They're going to have 3-4 guys have big games to have a chance in this one.
Winter, the 7-footer off the dribble. Carrington lines it up and leaves it short.
Now Washington fortunate there because Carrington had a good look.
Huskies have made their last 3 shots. Diallo ends the streak.
And that's his spot, too.
First trip for Wisconsin to Seattle since 1955. Looking to end a 2-game Northwest swing with a win. Winter. Yes, sir.
And that's against Steinbach covering him. And you think, you know, Steinbach's as good as anybody out on the perimeter with his quickness and still can't get to Winter. He is such an incredible weapon.
He's second in the conference in double-doubles behind Steinbach.
Yeah.
Yates with 9 to shoot. The 3 is flat. Nick Boyd leads the troops forward. And finishes on the baseline. 14.
That's that play we've seen. Just players become so good at creating space by using their shoulder, get into guys. Boyd, not a big guy, but able to use that skill.
Yates muscles inside. Rebound, Winter. 4 seconds separate the shot and game clocks. Nick Boyd knows that and takes his time.
Been impressed with Wisconsin and just the approach today, being ready to play after that Oregon loss. And again, Washington much higher on the net ranking, but Wisconsin is locked in.
Boyd turns the corner. Steinbach plays the defense. 7 seconds left. Steinbach picks it up. 5 seconds left. Diallo with 2 seconds. Beats the clock. Steinbach's putback, no.
All the guys he played pickup with. I mean, that was a cool like thing just to show out, because, you know, back in the day, I don't think guys play pickup nearly as much as like me and Casey Jacobson back in the studio. We used to play. That's how you learned how to play hoops, was pickup, and I thought that was cool by Detlef.
And that would be a bad day if you showed up to play pickup basketball and Detlef Schrempf's on the other side.
That's right.
I don't know if I'm getting on the court. 15-point lead for Wisconsin in the first matchup with Washington. Let's take a look at our first half stats, brought to you by Ram. And the 3-point field goals always jumping off the stat sheet for the Badgers.
Yeah, they jump out 19 attempts. Not on that pace for 45, but I think what really jumps out, 25% shooting for Washington. And you look at this Wisconsin team, I mean, they're 20th in the nation in offense. They're 62 in defense. Now, this is a short-handed Washington team, but if they can play that kind of defense, look out.
Iliauskas tries to beat the buzzer. And a shot clock violation. That is the 5th turnover by Wisconsin. They only average 9 a game, 5th lowest in the conference. Huskies looking for back-to-back conference wins for the first time this season. Meanwhile, Wisconsin trying to end a 3-game slide on the road. Steinbach. Yates. Gives it back to the freshman Steinbach. 8 to shoot and a foul. That's one area that Washington had an advantage in that first half, the free throw line.
Yeah, they really did. In fact, I don't think Wisconsin shot a free throw, right? Which is a good notice by you, observation on that stat sheet. Pretty wild statistic. And what did Coach Gard tell us? I thought that was kind of interesting. He said the key to this game is win the paint, the backboards, and the free throw line. And so they haven't really won that, but they've won the paint and the backboard so far.
Yeah, +6 in the paint and +8 on the glass. Diallo stops and splashes a mid-range jumper in.
Well, he is so good at getting to his spot right there and then rising up. And it's good to know what you can do and stay within yourself, and Diallo does that.
Rhodey. Out to Winter, back to Rhodey, looking to get going for Wisconsin. He floats, falling to his left. Steinbach the rebound.
A good aggressive move by him there. Again, I think Wisconsin likes that for him to be aggressive. That opens things up.
Yates, Somerville offensive rebound, falls to the hardwood, and a foul going on Steinbach. That's his 3rd personal foul for the Huskies' best player.
Now, Yates has struggled from the field and has played well, had a big game the other night. That's hurt them, but the effort has still been there for Washington.
So Washington's best player in foul trouble. 13-point Wisconsin lead. Biliauskas. Blackwell. Over 2 defenders, picks up 2 points.
Well, Steinbach there had to lay off right there. That's the reason Blackwell had such an easy layup.
Doesn't want to pick up that fourth. Diallo creates contact and more offense.
And we talked about Steinbach being the guy. It's really been now Diallo. You can really tell he's taking it upon himself to get things going.
Leads the team with 9 points. Boyd leads Wisconsin with 14. Winter. Too strong, and Boyd on a recycle. A steal by Rhodey. Boyd an offensive rebound. Wisconsin can take their biggest lead of the game. Blackwell fades, fires. Off the mark. Muldrew. With the left hand.
Well, the freshman from Arlington showing a ton of skill right there and athletic ability to get up.
Boyd with a runway, slams on the brakes, and lays it up with the left hand.
Well, that's what we call playing off two, right? You get to the spot on the block right there. You have a beautiful jump shot. That's like old school Bo Ryan basketball. And it's good to see right there because then you have so many options when you play off two. You can use the pump fake, which was also a Wisconsin staple for many, many years.
Steinbach got a pretty find from Diallo.
Yeah, you called it. Diallo has been really good. He's creating for himself and others now. Keeping this Washington team in it.
A couple of buckets and now an assist for Zoom Diallo in the second half. Rhodey. Winter gives it right back to him. 10 on the shot clock. Biliauskas. Bullseye. 7-3 for the Badgers.
And it feels like he's gotten more comfortable as the season has progressed and is going to be a big weapon for them in March. Again, his size and ability to shoot it.
Rhodey with the steal.
Rhodey's everywhere.
Blackwell leaves it open is Winter. That's money.
And I love how Winter touched the floor, open things up, and that's where guys like Nick Boyd and Blackwell then can kill you in the paint.
Wisconsin's 4 and 5 player, you've mentioned this all day, Matt, but they are 5 for 8 from the three-point line.
That's
Steinbach rolls one in. 12 points for the Huskies, leader in points per game.
Yeah, let's see if that can get him going a little bit. He's been a little quiet today for sure with how good he is.
Leads all Power 5 players with 17 double-doubles. 12 points, 8 rebounds. He's flirting with another one. Blackwell. Too much on it. Huskies looking for back-to-back conference wins. Meanwhile, Wisconsin in their first trip to Seattle since 1955, hoping to leave with a victory. Muldrew off the line and off the mark. Carrington the rebound.
A good board by Carrington then.
3 threes on his resume, looking for a fourth. Got a fourth.
How good is he on that pick and roll right there? And the defender just hesitated for the slightest second. That's all Carrington needed.
Muldrew swings it. Japina from distance.
How good is this game for Japina?
Came in with 4 threes on the season. He's got 2 this afternoon.
Been aggressive, look for his shot. Not at all. The moment's not too big for him. Got a tough match here though against Boyd.
Winter. I thought you pulled out your rain stick in between breaks. That one went down. Washington's 5 of their last 6. Diallo.
Screen and roll, you got to fight to stay in front of your man. And the problem is these guards like Boyd and Blackwell, hard to stay in front of them.
So much speed, the highest scoring backcourt in the conference. Boyd, 2 points away from 20, and he's got it.
That's just hard to guard right there. That's great offense, individual play.
Diallo being aggressive and continues to fill it up.
How good is his mid-range game? Jeez. Strong body and does a great job using that body to create space.
Already 8 in the second half for Diallo, who had 5 in the entire first half. Washington trying to string together some stops. Pass deflected. And it stays with Wisconsin. Leader in points scored also from Germany, number 40 in the rafters.
I think he's the all-time rebounder as well. So what a career he had here.
A stop for Washington as they look to trim away against Wisconsin. Diallo stays perfect.
I wonder if Wisconsin right there was thinking, okay, the mid-range is coming, the pull-up, and then he changes speeds a little bit, gets to that right side, and then to the rim. He's been special here in the first 10 minutes of the second half.
Already 10 points on 4 for 4 in the second half. Winter, Carrington with 4 threes. Back to Winter. Wisconsin trying to end a 3-game slide on the road. Boyd, the touch too strong, but an offensive rebound. The 3. Short. Another chance for Wisconsin. And Winter on the 3rd bite at the apple comes up with a bucket.
Good hustle there by Wisconsin. Almost looked like the ball fell out of Winter's hand. He banked it in. I'm not sure he meant to, but again, the hustle and the, as our colleague at FS1 used to say, the stick-to-itiveness of Wisconsin. That was our guy, Steve Lavin.
Blackwell. And a foul. Goes on Peterson. The Wisconsin team with a win today secures a 2-game bye in the Big Ten tournament. They're 2 games back of that top line to get 3 games off, but the hustle here on the road. And that's one thing this group talked about, Matt, after the loss at Oregon. They said, we just didn't have the right energy. We weren't winning the 50-50 balls. They have done that here today.
Yeah, that's a great call. That was a good example with like 3 of them right there. Carrington got popped in the face too. He was part of that play, but he didn't get the ball back, but give him credit for getting his nose in there.
Carrington connects again.
You know, you watch that jump shot leave, and a couple guys come to mind, but he has incredible backspin on his shot. I've always felt like that's one of the great signs of a really good shooter. Kobe Bryant, obviously one of the greatest at that backspin.
Yates misses short.
Carrington's going to pull. You better get up in him. He's going to heat check it.
Steinbach. And a foul. And free throws a game. That's the 7th highest mark in the Big Ten. They shoot free throws. But when you're 11 for 27 from 3,
yeah,
3 is more than 2.
And Washington, only 7 scholarship guys. Maybe not giving layups away, but definitely not contesting as hard as they normally would with a deep bench.
Yeah, you cannot get in foul trouble. Japina off the mark.
He was right there, just a little flat, or that would have gone. He's got some ability, especially from 3.
Freshman from Serbia who came over in the middle of the season. 7-0 run for Wisconsin. They've got their biggest lead of the afternoon, looking to add to it with 8 to shoot. Blackwell. Got another 12 threes for the Badgers.
And that was exactly what we talked about. Danny Sprinkle said they can't have 11 or more, right? They're already at 12, and that's why Partly's just such a big, they're just so hard to guard.
Steinbach at UW versus UW. Wisconsin, not a lot of people say UW, it's more UW.
Yep.
Meanwhile, everybody refers to Washington as UW. Offensive rebound for Yates, but he's short. Been a tough night offensively for Wesley Yates.
Yeah, you can see the frustration in him as he ran down the court there.
Carrington stuck on automatic.
I've mentioned a couple plays ago, the heat check was there. You better recognize when he comes in the game.
A 3 away from matching his season high as Diallo drops in the bucket.
Problem is they're matching 2 for 3.
Yeah.
I don't have Casey Jacobson Stanford degree, but I do know my math, my basic arithmetic.
Don't sell yourself short now.
We could have been teammates, you know. We could have been alumni.
Carrington will call it a pass and an easy reverse layup for Will Garlock. First points for him.
Diallo, this has become the 10. 85% of his shots are threes on the year, and that, you know, I look at that a lot with different players. That is an incredibly high mark. You rarely see a guy that high. So it's just, you know it's coming, but he's just so good at it.
Meanwhile, Zoom Diallo just picked up his 14th point of the second half. He's a perfect 6 for 6. But it hasn't mattered. The hot shooting of Wisconsin has been lethal today. Badgers looking for their 20th win. Rhodey wants it on the three-point party, and he joins it. Jackpot from distance.
That's the problem when you try to make a comeback, because of those threes so lethal. They hit 1 or 2 of them, it just takes your spirit away.
Diallo looking to do it all and continues. 7 for 7 in the second half.
Yeah, he's got a highlight tape for the next level, wherever he's going to play one day, and just splice it together in the second half.
3 points away from his season high with 21 today. Carrington for the career high, gets fouled, and he'll head to the free throw line. They are 26 in the AP Top 10 poll if you count the teams that are receiving votes. The most votes being received by a team not in the top 25. Blackwell off 2 feet from his backcourt mate Boyd. And Wisconsin increases their lead on their way to their 20th win of the season. Would be 5 straight seasons with 20 or more wins. Wisconsin closes the season against Maryland. And then number 8 Purdue on the road. Summerhill in Wisconsin, Washington's last game. So a 20-point lead for Wisconsin. Their first visit to Seattle since 1955. Threes for the Badgers. Their season high is 16. Did that at number 8 Illinois. How about a 17? Blackwell off the back.
Would be fun to play for them, wouldn't it, as a guard?
Yeah, you could shoot like you did back in the day. 3 goes down for Peterson. I mean, Matt, I don't see 42% up and down any of these lines.
Yeah, they were probably a little more open shots. A little more judicious, as they say. This is pretty fun, though.
Carrington. Oh, yeah!
Wow.
Matches a career high in threes made with 7 on a career afternoon with 26 points.
And again, that pump fake, a staple of Wisconsin basketball over the years, and how solid and important that is. Steph Curry, I think the greatest pump faker in the world history in terms of guard. Look at this.
Heat check. Oh, he's on fire!
This is fun.
Woo! Career high 8 made threes for